The writings of Abraham 21 may be short, but there is something powerful hidden inside these few verses. Abram's story began before Abram understood his own calling. We are told that Terah and Amthelo conceived and brought forth a son whom Terah named Abram, exalted father. Writings of Abraham 21, 1 through 3. But look closely at what happens next. Terah declared that his seed would reign as mighty ones forever. And then scripture says, now this Nebuah he spake, not knowing that it was of Yahuah, writings of Abraham 21, 4. He spoke it, but didn't understand the source of it. That should make us think. Sometimes people can be standing close to what Yahuah is doing and still not recognize his hand. Terah thought about Nimrod. Yahuah had something greater in view. Terah connected Abram's future to his own position and earthly influence. But Yahuah would eventually call Abram away from his father's house, away from the familiar, and into a walk built upon obedience and belief. Bereshith, Genesis 12, 1 through 4. Man saw earthly greatness. Yahuah was preparing covenant purpose. And there is a lesson here for us. Don't let people's interpretation of your beginning define Yahuah's purpose for your life. People may look at where you came from and assume they know where you're going. They may attach your identity to family, to culture, to accomplishments, to status, to the system that raised you. But when Yahuah calls you, you may have to walk away from everything that once defined you. Abram would not become who Yahuah called him to be by remaining attached to the world surrounding him. Eventually, the called man had to walk. And that's where this becomes personal. Maybe Yahuah has been separating you. Maybe he's been stripping away labels. Maybe he's been challenging traditions you inherited. Maybe he's been showing you that some things you were raised around cannot follow you where he's taking you. Don't fear the separation. The beginning of your story does not determine the end of your obedience. Your family history doesn't outrank Yahuah's instructions. Your environment doesn't have the final word. And the world's definition of greatness cannot compare to being used for Yahuah's purpose. You were not called to remain who the world expected you to be. When Yahuah says go, go. When he says come out, come out. When he reveals truth, walk in it. You may not understand every part of the journey when it begins. The people around you may not understand it either. But obedience isn't dependent upon everybody understanding. Sometimes you simply have to hold on long enough to see why Yahuah called you out, and endure long enough to become who obedience is shaping you to be.